Hi, Adrian Cosman-Jones here from Onsite Helper. This video will be showing you the best practices to use Google Docs so you can improve productivity, collaboration amongst your team, and just a better experience with using it. So I'll be covering a Google Docs overview, compatibility with Microsoft Office and PDFs, best tools to help you edit your docs, ways you can collaborate on a doc, and our recommended third-party add-ons. Let's get into it. So to start off, creating a new document, best way to do it is to open up your Google Drive, find a place to create it. If you're using shared drives, find a location to create that document. Simply just go to New, then select Google Doc. Otherwise, you can create new docs straight out of Chrome browser. Click on your 9 items here. You can open up Google Docs from this menu here. And finally, one other little cheeky way to do it is you can just type in doc.new into a browser, into Google Chrome, and it will also create a new Google Doc from there as well. Now, most people have come from Microsoft Word or are still using Microsoft Office, and they might want to start using Google Docs to get some of these great features. So to do that, you want to convert your Microsoft Word files into a Google Doc format. To do that, we'll open up Drive and let's look for a Microsoft Word doc file. That's what I'll do. You can see it's got the W symbol there, which shows us Microsoft Word. So this just opens it up in a Chrome browser, sort of like a preview type thing. So then what you want to do is you go File, Save as a doc. Now this will convert it to a Google Doc, and most of the formatting should come across. However, sometimes you might need to adjust it a little bit. This one seems to have come across fine. Now, of course, you may want to convert your Google Doc back into Microsoft Office Word format or even a PDF. To do that, simply just go to File, Download, just choose Microsoft Word or PDF or any other format you like. And then this will just save that file onto your computer as a .doc or whatever you choose. With Google Docs, you don't need to create multiple versions of a file. So gone are the days where you have to save a file multiple times and call it version 1, version 2, which can cause a lot of confusion. Instead, what you can do now, I'll bring up another document. You can actually see every single time that the document's been changed. If you go to File, Version History, this saves you from having to open up multiple files. So here you can see basically this particular document. I can go back to any point in time, all the way back into 2014, and basically restore this particular version of this file. Well, the other thing you can do is just name the particular version. So I'll just call that one the original copy. It's just easier to have, I guess, names against things rather than dates. And yeah, you can also see which person had made what edits at what time. As you can see, Sanjeev did this one in February, where myself has done all the other edits over these times. So I'll just cancel that. Next thing you want to do is, if you didn't save the file in the correct location, you can do that now just by clicking on this Move button here, and then just select the correct path where you want to save it to, and click Move. You can also do it by going to File, Move here. So it's very important to always make sure that you're saving it in the right folder. Otherwise, others might not be able to see it, and it will just stay in your My Drive. You can also compare documents. So if you had a scenario where someone had created multiple versions of a document and you didn't know which one to go for and you wanted to do a comparison, you can do that just by finding a document with multiple versions. So let's say if I open up this particular document, I know that there's another version, an older version of this one. I'll do a comparison against the older one and see what it looks like. So you go to Tools, Compare Documents, find the location of, or find the other file. So there, just click Compare. So this will just take a minute to come up. Open it up. And here it will basically create a list of comments down the right hand side, just showing a comparison of the original versus the new. So you can go through the document and work out any discrepancies and make any changes. All right, that's finally loaded. So you can just sort of scroll down here on the right and just see, shows any changes which were made and a comment to the right to sort of explain what has happened. Obviously replace some text here and so forth. Now I'm going to show you some of my favorite editing tools within a doc. So I'll just clean this up a little bit. Alrighty, so first of all, voice typing. So go to Tools, click on voice typing. Basically, this just enables you to talk as you type, or if you're, as you can see here, I'm talking and it's writing in the text. Generally, it's pretty good, but you might have to go through afterwards and fix it up. We'll stop that now. Turn it on and off as you like. You can also translate your document to another language. Just go to Tools, Translate Document. It'll create a copy of it and just choose your language. I might just undo that one. I'll just close that document. Back to the original. So now we can also, if you were to send this document to someone to get their input, you can basically ask them to do suggesting. So if I was the other editor, I could go through this document and basically highlight this and type in purpose and just basically go through this and make all my edits. So what this does is when the other person receives a document, they can basically go through, review them all, just go, yep, that looks good, I'll replace that, or I won't replace that one, and so forth. You can also be asking them to set the document as viewing only. This can be handy in case other people are opening up the document. They might accidentally press enter or press buttons on their keyboard and then stuff up the document without even knowing it. But if it's in view only mode, then that just prevents, so I'm just typing now and it's not editing it. So you have to change it back to editing to be able to change the document. Next one of my favorite tools is formatting, quick formatting. So let's say if I wanted to go through and just change the text of this, make it italic, different color. So I wanted to make these little headings stand out rather than having to do that every single time for every single one of these headings. You can just click on the paint format option. If you double click on it, it'll hold it in there, and then you just basically scroll over each one. And as you can see, it just keeps updating each one. You can also update the headings of your document. It's a really good idea to do this, especially if you've converted from a Microsoft Word format to a Google Doc, as it's likely these wouldn't be included. So to do that, you just click on a particular heading. You might choose heading 1. This one you might choose heading 2. And rather than having to do that every single time, you can use a paint formatter as well. So just double click on that one. And now I can just double click on each one and that'll update all these ones as headings. From there you can insert a table of contents. To do that, simply make a bit of space, tools, insert table of contents. Now one of them will have links, other ones will just be numbered. So yeah, this basically goes by the heading. The first top level is heading 1 and other ones are heading 2. So if you click on that one, that'll just take you to that section there. So table of contents is very handy to have. The best collaboration feature of a Google Doc is the commenting feature. So you can basically highlight a bunch of text and then you get this little plus arrow, plus symbol appear to the right of it, which is add a comment. And then you just basically write a comment. And the point of this is basically you can have these conversations next to a document, and multiple people you can see who made what comment at what time. And on top of this, you can even assign tasks to people. To do that, let's say highlight this section here, and I'll assign this to one of my employees. Combustion. Then you basically click on assign task to Boston. Now Boston will get an email of this particular document. So it's just about to give him access to the file. So I say, can he comment or edit it? In this case, I'll just give him comment access only. Yeah, so now Boston will get an email about this document. He'll open up the document and jump in here and start either writing comments or editing the document. So it becomes a collaborative document. And here's one that we work on every week. So you can see examples of here where we've got assigned the tasks to Stan. He had to do all this work. Boston did these tasks. This task was assigned to myself. So you end up having, like I said, we all have these conversations about these particular tasks in this document, which takes it away from using things like email or other ways. You can just centrally combine all of your information in the one document. Another tool I use regularly is find and replace. So you can press Control F, or you could also go to Edit, Find and Replace. So let's say if I put in school here, find all the references of that. Let's say if I wanted to change it to college, and just choose Replace All. So it's another good time saver. Next, I'll show you some features of add-ons. So if you go to add-ons, basically go to Get Add-ons. So add-ons are third-party companies which integrate into G Suite or Google Drive to give you more functionality than you regularly do having a Google Doc. We'll search for a program that enables us to insert, say, diagrams. So we'll just type in diagram. I'm already using Lisa Chart, it tells you it's installed, but let's say Draw.io. You can just do a quick review. You can see that before it had over 1,500 comments or installs. And if this one looks good, you can install it for the whole company or individual. We'll just go through some of our ones. So we use Lucid diagrams. You can just insert a diagram which uses that connector. That's just doing an update here. Just ignore that one. Otherwise, another good one might be to do a mail merge, and I'll do another video on how to do mail merges in Google Docs. or you might want to turn this into this document require a signature from someone, so you can use something like HelloSign or DocuSign. So these are some of the third parties you might integrate into your Google Doc. So that concludes this Google Docs presentation. Hope you get some benefit, and stay tuned for some more videos shortly to come.